Hi, welcome back to Spiritual Compass with me, Gary Guerrier. We have a special guest for you today, Sly Maldonado. Please let me know in the comments how you like the video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when we have new episodes up. Welcome, Sly. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for
Good.
having me.
It's a pleasure having you. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So my real name is Sylvestre Maldonado. Sly is just a nickname I got in college.
Sylvestre.
Yeah.
Wow, it's amazing.
Yeah, I'm from the Bronx, New York. Went to college for music. Now doing some acting. Came out here about four years ago.
Nice.
And it's just been one heck of a journey, from beginning to end. I mean, it's not over yet, of course, but we have a lot more to go, and it's already been a lot.
That's
A lot.
perfect segue because what I'd like to talk about today is self-discovery. Because who we were, right, 10 years ago, right, it's not who we are today.
Yeah.
And all the different things that form us, right? So I would like you to elaborate a little bit on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny you say because actually, I always find myself saying the first 25 years of my life I didn't live.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I found myself always being a follower, trying to fit in places. Never really worked out for me because I was never really truly happy. Went through a pretty bad breakup the end of college, and that just sent me on a real downward spiral. And in that downward spiral is where I finally got to get some time with myself.
Wow.
And that is where I discovered that I don't know myself. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I like. I don't even know what I want to do with my life.
It's just pretty crazy that we grow up, right, being instilled and people telling us who to like, how to like, right? You know, it's like you like a favorite team or you be afraid of going underneath a ladder. All these things are infused into you, right? And then you get to a point one time and you're like, wow, I'm confused.
Yeah.
And the operative word is, who am I?
Yeah. So I set myself on that journey to figure out who I am. And one of the major things that I saw was I was on Instagram so much, and when I was trying to be the follower, just scrolling and trying to get likes and trying to see who's the coolest and this and that.
Right.
And I said to myself, I have to stop that. But instead of just deleting the entire Instagram,
Right.
I started following spiritual affirmations and spiritual pages.
Right.
And so every morning when I would wake up, that's the first thing I see.
Right.
And so that started to train my brain to start,
Changing your perspective.
changing my perspective on life, on my wants and needs.
Right.
And so I also started reading books about meditation, started doing a lot of meditating, just
Oh, wow.
started out very easily, maybe 5-10 minutes in the morning, just really just sitting there in pure silence. When the thoughts arise, just allowing them to just come and go as they please.
Right.
And me just trying to stay focused and aware of the present moment.
Right.
And using my breath to get back to that.
Yeah, I talk about that in my book, having a routine, right? Because I wake up in the morning, I start off my day with gratitude, right?
Yes.
Thank you for giving me another day to experience anything that's going to happen,
Absolutely.
good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah.
Because after all, it's an experience and a journey.
Yes.
So I really like you talking about meditating and changing the perspective, because anything you could use for negativity and anything you could use for positivity.
Yeah.
So using Instagram or TikTok or whatever social media you get into and using it for positive vibration.
That was a really big game changer for me. Yeah. And once I started figuring out who I was and really practicing that self-love, it really brought a lot of empathy and unconditional love into my life, because the way I am with myself is the way I am, or it could be, with others.
Right.
And so once I started really practicing that self-love, it really opened up a new, I guess, passage to just really feel for others and care for others
Right.
and love others without anything tied to it.
Right.
You know? And because I am you and you are me, it just opens up so much in your head of like, wow, I was so closed off. I was so introverted.
Right.
Now I can just be open, and I can, like, you know, send you positive energy, send you positive love. And it's just
Because
like,
it's a continued work of self-discovery.
yeah.
You know, in that self-discovery, what I found is I started having a relationship with the most important person in my life, me. Because I didn't know how to have a relationship with myself.
Yeah.
Because that self-love was missing. I knew exactly how to tell anybody else, oh, you should do this, you should do that. But when it came to me, I was like, oh, wow, what do I like? Who am I? Where do I want to go? And it's incredible
It is.
that you're on this path and journey of self-discovery.
Thank you. No, it's a beautiful thing, and I just also want to say I love what you're doing here. This is amazing, because, you know, something like this back then, if I could have found, you know, that could have been so helpful to me.
So helpful.
And so I really appreciate you taking the
Thank
time
you.
to really, you know, spread the word out to others.
Right. And what I want to do is I want to invite an array of different people, because everybody has their own personal, you know, history
Yeah.
that they've lived,
Yeah.
and it could be expressed. And I just cannot begin to thank you so much for blessing me to come and join my podcast.
Definitely.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
It's funny you said that
Sylvestre,
too, though.
Sly. But I love Sly. What a
Yeah.
cool name.
And you said that, but it's true.
Oh,
Everybody
I
has a
love it.
story.
There's your shirt. Everybody has a story. There you go. I love that shirt. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment. And also leave me a comment of the things that you want to talk about. And I really appreciate you. Until next time, this is Spiritual Compass. Thank you.